Shame, the greatest tool to control another human being. Once I'm able to make another human being ashamed of who they are or what they are, that person will do whatever I ask them to do. It is the best way to chip away self-esteem and sovereignty of another human being. Shame is produced by humiliation and by the sense of separation, and it is an experience of the ego mind. We don't speak about shame as a state of consciousness, we speak of it as a virus of the ego self. If I am over-identified with my own being, this sense of self, of I am Paola Ambrosi, I am Mexican, and all the different concepts and conceptualizations of my being, then I am able to feel shame or ashamed, because the humiliation goes directly to that personality, to my ego personality. And it's that aspect of myself who believes it to be real. So we've been using throughout our history shame to control humanity in different ways. We've been made ashamed of our nudity, of our bodies, of our femininities, of our masculinity, of our sexual preferences. We've been made ashamed of the color of our skin, of our beliefs, of the way we speak. So once shame has been installed in my ego mind, and I feel ashamed of what or who I am, then in that moment, I won't be able to love neither me nor any other person. Where there is shame, there is no space for love. When I am ashamed, there is no self-worth. But shame can only become real when I am over-identified with a role or who I think I am, or a concept or a conceptualization. If I don't go deeper in the sense of who I am or what I am, then I will be subject of humiliation, and I will take those humiliations personal, and I will lose my sense of worth. When I cultivate shame, the language of my relationships is abuse. Shame creates a very particular response in ourselves, a very particular experience of being belittled. And when I experience that, and when I'm used to feel that and experience that, I will seek for it, just like an addict seeks for the substance they are into. I will seek for abuse. I will seek for relationships and situations that will belittle me, that will abuse me, because that's the language I know. That's the language I speak when I relate to other people. So when I am ashamed, there is no self-love, there is no possible love that comes out from me, and therefore I seek for abuse constantly. Now, where is the other edge of shame? And this is one of the reasons why I believe it's extremely important to understand it. When I cultivate shame, and I have learned shame and abuse as my normal and natural language, then I will not be able to differentiate a language that is caring, nourishing. I will understand my language and my constant humiliation to other human beings as normal. And I will humiliate other people believing and thinking that is okay. The saddest part of shame is when I have to speak to young ones to kids or adolescents, and they give me a little bit of an experience of how they are treated by their parents and how shame is the common language at home, and everything is a judgment and a criticism to belittle them. So it's like, why did you dress like that? Why do you do this? You don't do it as well as. Constantly comparisons, judgments, criticisms. Why? Because that parent, that father, that mother lived through shame, and they are not able to distinguish how they are chipping away the sovereignty of their own kids by humiliating them. And we think that that's a normal education. We think it's normal to blame another human being for what I'm feeling, for example. And now that we have social media, well, we use shame all over the place, and we raise up our voices, lacking of care, compassion, and love, voices full of criticism, judgment, abuse, no matter for what cause. A lot of ego minds humiliated, a lot of ego minds feeling ashamed of who they are and what they are, not being able to find a sense of belonging in their own being, by their own nature. Shame is one of the masters, is one of the keys, the pivotal keys in order to shift a humanity that lives through war into a humanity that lives through harmony. So don't be afraid. Take a deep dive into all the things that make you feel shame or ashamed of who you are and what you are. And let's shake them off and restore our self-love, our self-worth, and let's commence to learn another language. So let's stop talking the language of shame through humiliation and abuse, and let's try all together to learn a new way of speaking.